Check, 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 check. Checking the microphone, checking microphone. Checking the microphone. Checking, checking. Oh yeah. Here we go. Alright, so let's look here. All right. Hello. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. We are cruising along. It's 10 o'clock my time. That means it's getting near to bed. We got our sun down. And, sorry, keep it loud. Now it's time to do a little bit of building. So we're going to continue our journey with the Master Grade Psycho Zaku this evening. As you can see on the table here, we have the torso, the head, the left and right arms. I mean, really, the only arms, because he only has left and right. Only has two arms. His feet, sweet kicks, and the right leg. So tonight we're going to build at least the left leg, maybe some more, maybe the waist as well, depending on how far we get. We may only have an hour here in our stream, and I'm going to see if my son will jump in. My older son, because I want to test the chat function, because I don't know if it will work. We shall see. Let's see if he's going to jump in here. Maybe he will. Hopefully. All right. While we wait for him to join, I'm going to get our parts out for tonight's adventure in leg assembly. I will tell you, the leg last night, the leg assembly part of this initiative went pretty well. It was a fun component to build. I really like this kit. I found that I sort of wish I had built it sooner. It's actually a fun kit to build. I don't know why I was so intimidated by it. Probably because of all the parts, and I mean, the painting, and you know, there's a lot to paint with this kit. So that's you know, a lot to paint. So that certainly could be an intimidating thing, and I'm gonna have to do it in phases, right? So I was thinking about it today, and what I'm probably gonna do to approach the painting is once I get it put together and I have a feel for what I want to do, right? There's not going to be a lot of customization to the frame of the kit. So mainly the customization that I will wind up doing is going to be on the armor, right? So things like this shield really is in dire need of some detail. Like, it is so boring. And so we'll do some panel line creation and things like that on that part. Let me send my link here to my son so he can come see the video. Options, get share link. There we go. There we go. That's on its way over to him. Okay. We'll see him jump in here in a moment. And we'll get going. He's going to jump in. He's going to test out some functionality here. We're going to see if this chat thing from Stream Elements works. It may not. It may. It may work. It may not work. But it's good to have somebody that I can test it with. Like my son. All right, we got all the pieces. Let's go to the live. All right. All right, here we go. Jaden, is that you? Are you the other person that I see? We'll see if he chats. All right, I'm gonna get going on the leg piece. Here we go. Well, there we go. That part goes in here. And the lower leg is going to come in here. Okay. And, well, maybe that wasn't him. And this part goes on the other side, like so. I think I mentioned this last night, like this part is pretty tight. Just like it was last night. So we're going to rectify that. We're going to rectify that situation. All right. Loosen those up a little bit. That way when we go to take it apart later, we don't have trouble. Because that would be a bummer. A total bummer. All right. Is it bending properly? Yes. We'll check that out. Now it's bending the correct way. That's the first step in the right direction. Let's take this piece. And we're going to... Uh-oh. I don't want to forget this. Polycap, where's it go? Oh, it goes on the top. That fits right in there. Yeah, don't forget. Don't forget that piece. That would be bad. He says he doesn't see anywhere to chat. Interesting. Huh. Details. No restrictions. Playlist. GWCC. Save. Well, that's weird. Doesn't see anywhere to chat. That's peculiar. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Live control room. Okay. Interesting. Okay, stream settings. Dual stream automatically generated vertical cropped. No. Stream URL. See, I'm new to all this. I don't even know what any of this is. Enable auto start, auto stop, enable DVR. Guys, I am such a noob. Closed captions. I don't see a place to not be moderation, activity, timestamps for reactions, community moderation, participants. Oh. Timestamps. Okay. Timestamps right there. Community moderation. I don't know what that means. Okay. Let's see. We got to figure this out, folks, because if we can't chat, then that would be a bummer. Let's see here. Go back to live. Live control room. Pop out the chat. Let's do that. Pop that out. Go back to OBS. You know what? Okay, so he said he couldn't see a place to chat. Well, we'll have to take a look in just a moment. I will log in from my phone on my other account. Since I now have a chat box open, I figured out how to do that. This is all a learning experience, and that's okay. That's half the fun, is learning new things, right? Trying new things, learning new things. I am old, so maybe that's not a good excuse. Alright, let me switch to my other profile. And then go check out my own. Oh look, Look for Joy is live. Sweet. Well, I see it. I see. Okay, so I chatted with myself. Definitely my plugin is not working. So my chat plugin is not working. Okay. Test. Nope. Chat window, chat block on the screen is not working. Okay, so that's something I'm gonna have to figure out. Your other account. I don't know. Anyways, okay, I do want to log back out of there. Okay. And switch back over. There we go. Boom. At least now I can monitor it. I know the chat works because I chatted with myself. It works. All right. That's good news. Good news. Good news. All right. And then I can pop out the chat window. Okay. Moving on. We'll check out this other piece. All right, so looks like maybe there's, no, maybe not. I don't know that there's another person in there. All right, I'm just gonna go forward. We're gonna move ahead. Make sure we have the orientation correct, because it'd be a bummer to make his leg go backwards. That would be a bummer. There we go. Perfect. That's what we want. Next, the other half. The other half. Okay, in this one we need to, again, we need to trim these out a little bit. We need to make it so that we can get this thing apart when we need to paint and customize and do all that good stuff. Don't want anything to be too tight. Otherwise, we risk breaking something when we go to take it apart. There is a gnat in here, and that is gonna annoy me. Anybody like gnats hanging around? That's super obnoxious for sure. Yeah, super annoying when you have gnats. Super annoying. All right, let's try something here. I want to test this. Let's see. Yeah, super annoying. You have gnats. Super annoying. Let's try something here. I want to test this. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, that was a good test. What I did was I turned my mic off so that I wouldn't get feedback. I checked the volume on my phone from the stream to hear if I could hear myself speaking clearly, or if it sounded muddled and it sounded pretty good. So we are skipping the hoses. So if you know this kit, you know it has hoses. It's got like these plastic sleeve things that go over parts of the legs and the arms and the tubes. And that's like when you see an astronaut in space and they've got a lot of padding around their pipes and different things like that. That's really similar to what that is. So I am withholding that at the moment. I'm holding off on that because I'm going to pull all this apart. And the last thing I want to do is totally mess that stuff up. So we'll wait. That will all go on at final assembly because we don't want to cause a problem. You know what I mean? Okay, next pieces. This part goes here. This part goes here. Now, I've explained this in my other videos, but bears repeating because you may not have seen them. I like to trim all the parts out, especially on a bigger kit like this. Like, I'm okay with snipping and building as I go. And like when I go to my build nights, I do that, right? Like when I go out to build nights, that's how I operate. I just take my kit and I just snip and go as I'm moving along. And it's totally cool, you know. But with a kit like this, I do like to just get to this point where it's like building with a Lego set, right? You look and you go, okay, yep, this is the piece. And you build it. And I like that. I find joy in that. So I was looking at some pictures of Zaku's today, and there's some interesting panel line scribing we can do on these thighs that I think would look really cool. So we will probably do that when the time comes, and that time will come relatively soon. My schedule for this competition is everything has to be in by September 9th, which means I need to be done at least a week in advance of that because we got to do photos. We got to make sure everything's right, looking good, and then get it submitted in enough time that if there's any issues with my submission entry, that it can be resolved and I'm not like sitting there at the last minute trying to fix something that I don't want to be fixing at the last minute. So that's the approach I'm taking. It's a little bit earlier than that, but it's not a terribly aggressive schedule, but it is. I mean, I'm going to be working up to that day. Like, make no mistake. This is not as simple as just build a kit and call it good, right? And we're going to customize the kit. We've got paint. We're going to paint the frame while I work on customization. So that's one way that we can group things, right? So I can take all the frame pieces and we can paint those, and then we can work on customization while we're painting those, and then we'll start painting panels. This one's going to be unique in that some of it's going to be painted like a regular Zaku, the regular Psycho Zaku, but it's also going to look like they are in the process of repainting it to look like an Earth Federation suit. It just goes along with my storyline to be that way. And so that's, my friends, is what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And it's going to be cool. I'm excited. In my mind, the storyline is starting to flush out. Starting to feel it. Get a good feel for it. Think of all the things that the haters are going to say when they come across my storyline. And I feel like it's working out. So that's good. I am not a purist in the Gundam world. I would actually prefer to do some crazy paint job than a stock custom or stock build paint job. So I'm okay if my storyline is a little bit weird. If somebody says, well, that's not true to lore, say, you know what? It's in the metaverse. It is true to my metaverse lore. Like it or not. Take it or leave it. That's true to my metaverse. Okay, we don't want to forget these polycaps. This would be a sad day without it. And I'm sure there will be somebody. There's always that troll. Always someone who's got a few things to say. Feedback that's unsolicited. That's okay. You know what? That's okay. If they want to be like that, they can be like that. I will just go about my life. Check it out like this. You know, once you do the first, like, ooh, that was close. Did you see that? I almost dropped that part. I have in one of my bios that I'm a professional parts dropper. Because that seems to be every build session. I will be looking on the floor at some point tonight. I just guarantee you that. I will be. It's just going to happen. This is the way that these things go. And that's okay. That's all right. I just get a little bit fumbly fingers sometimes. All right. Well, that's a funny thing. Where'd my other piece go? I have that piece. I need the other leg piece. Oh, it's still on the runner. I think that's it. Hold, please. Is this the right one? Let's see. K9. K10. Sure enough. See, this is why you don't just throw the runners away when you think you might be done. You keep a hold of them, because at some point here you're gonna potentially realize that you missed some parts while you were trimming away. I was watching TV, cutting parts out, organizing them. I wind up with extra parts. I'm like, I'm just gonna hang on to that runner until I'm really done with it. Okay, and that is what happened. Okay, so now what we're gonna do here is, you'll see I nipped really close. This is the nub right here. Nipped really close, and then I take my single bladed nipper and I just get as close as possible to that spot. And then we come here, boom, just like that. Here, boom. So we clean them up. We're not paying it, I'm not putting an enormous amount of effort into that cleanup job. And the reason is because I'm going to go through this kit with a pencil, and I'm going to mark all the things that I want to correct when I do my customization. And everything from new panel lines to covered panel lines to nub marks that need to be resolved. Anything like that. So we will identify it, we'll mark it, and then that will help us set a plan in place for how to resolve those issues. And how to make those customizations. Okay, so this one goes on the side. Like this, boom. So one of these legs is going to wind up with panels open to make it look like mechanics are in there doing work. And the other leg will be will ultimately be attached. But that'll be a fun part, is making a segment of the leg that is highly detailed as if it's open, right? Because a lot of these details are going to be covered by the armor. You won't really see them. Most people won't know they're there. And I'll pay attention to those. I usually detail it up pretty nice, make it look good. Even though nobody sees it, that's okay. And but there will be a segment of one of these legs where I will cut out some custom panels to, like I said, make it look like the mechanics are in there doing some kind of work. And that's all part of the storyline. And so that's going to be fun to do a little bit of extra, something, make it look cool. Wires, pipes, you know, adding just some additional stuff that you might see if they flap open a panel on a Gundam leg or a mobile suit leg, and you happen to look in and see it and go, "Oh, wow, look at all those shiny parts." That's what we're gonna wind up having done with this guy. That'll be pretty neat, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, I don't need to adjust that. That one doesn't need to. Boom. That looks nice. Another detail that I like is these holes along here. I think those look pretty cool, right? So here's your leg. You got these holes on the inside. So then I was thinking, what if we put some holes on the outside? We mirror them, you know? Maybe not. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe we cut some holes here and add some mesh. So like air vent, ventilation type. I don't know. I haven't fully decided on any of that yet. And that's okay. We just take it one step at a time. One step at a time. Really cool rocket thrusters here. Love these guys. They're going to be fun to paint up. We're going to paint those so that they look really slick. And they're going to wind up with just a really nice finish. I've never done it before, but I've seen a lot of tutorials on it. But it's that sort of like burnt coloring, you know. I'll paint them a gold color and then use a clear paint to spray over the top and sort of do a gradient with that. And I'm actually really looking forward to that because I think it's going to look sick when it's done. Hold on now. Come on, Ben. I shouldn't have put that on there. I mean, I can take it off, not a problem. But that's supposed to go on first. See, that piece had to go through the hole, through this hole right here. And now we can put the thruster on. Boom, like that. Could also do some little burn marks on the bottom of those diverters, you know, because they're going to be directly impacted by flame. Right, how did I do this again? I do remember there was a nub on the other one that I had to remove. And I think it's going to be on the same on this one. We're just going to come in here and just nip. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Make that simple. Nice and clean. Okay. And this is going to go in here. Give it a little wiggle. So this piece This gray part is a really soft plastic, really squishy, you know. So it bends really easy, which is nice. Easy and nice. Okay, we're putting these little pipe thingamajiggers on here. These are sort of cool. Tiny little parts. They're going to be a fun to paint. Correction. They'll be fine to paint. They're going to be fun to hold on to while we paint. And I'll probably going to stick them down to tape. And that's probably what I'll do. Stick them on a piece of tape. Because that seems to be a good method for the itty bitty parts. Okay. So now we take this, we stick those hoses in there, and then we take our tweezers and we just bend and get it aligned in the general vicinity, the general direction. There we go. Lock it in like that. Fun. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, there will be a pipe that goes here. I just don't have it out. Again, that's going to wait till later. All right, there we have it. So we have both legs, both feet, both arms, the head, the torso, and now for the last main piece of the body, guys. The last big part of the body here, the waist unit. Waist unit. Here we go. We got time. Don't let anybody kid you. This is step 8. We're going to build out a waist unit. I think tonight, my friends, we will have a completed Zaku. And then in the next build sessions, we'll build out his fuel cells and his backpack and all those cool elements and bits and pieces. That will not be tomorrow because I have a busy day tomorrow. I go on Wednesdays to work from the church where I work part-time, and I take my day job laptop and I go there and I do my work. And then in the afternoon, when I'm done with that, I switch over and I do worship team stuff where I lead worship. And that means I will leave here in the morning about 6 a.m. and I will get home tomorrow night about 9:30, 10. And I'll be exhausted. And so I won't be doing any builds on Wednesday nights. It's just not in the cards, folks. And that's okay. That is A-okay. There we go. Check that out. All right, so that's the center part of the waist. Waist pieces typically are fairly straightforward and simple to build. They usually don't take us too much time. And this one is probably no exception, to be honest with you. Okay. You need a little bit of a rocket booster. In case, because this thing's flying out in space, so you need rocket boosters everywhere, even in the crotch, apparently, just to keep you straight up, keep you in the line. Oh, and those go on the sides. Okay. This guy's got so many rocket boosters on him. I mean, he flies through space at insanely fast speeds. And his movement is unlike any other Living Dead Division suit or Xeon suit. His movement is much more like a human. Why? Because it has a connection. The P device. What is it? P something device. That's where the Psycho comes from, right? And the pilot who operates this particular vehicle is at one point, a double amputee. He doesn't have any legs, or his legs, lower legs, have been removed from his body. And through a war accident. And I'm looking at it here. And so when he flies the suit, it's like an extension of him. So it's very similar if you're familiar with the good old classic Pacific Rim stuff. Gundam came before Pacific Rim, and but it's very much the same thought process. Okay. That doesn't look right. Why would that be like that? I feel like it's supposed to go like that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking crazy. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. It does go this way. Okay, so there's some nub marks here. Right? You see these nub marks there on the end of the orange? Sort of whitish. Right there. Those we will take care of in post-processing. Okay. Goes on there. Oh, like that. Bingo. Bingo bongo. Okay. Let's do the other one. There we go. Okay. So then this goes here. That. Go. There we go. This piece. Turn that around. It's going to slide in there. This piece is going to slide down on top. Just like that. Boom. There we go. Okay. We're almost done with the waist unit. Like, it's super easy. The waist. Ball joints. That's nice. I like the way that skirt piece articulates. That is actually really, really nice. I'll tell you what, there's especially some of these Zaku skirts, do not move very well, and that limits what you can do posing them. Okay, so this piece, here we have tail skirt. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. Okay. Here we are. Snap, snap, snip, snap. Paddywhack. Give you dog a bone. Okay. Bend it down. And snip. There we go. Again, a lot of really nice movement on this skirt. Like really, really nice. I like that. I can appreciate that. Because the reality, my friends, is you don't always get that. Okay. Let's do some foot action. Footage. Get some footage. Alright, so we snap this. Oh, yeah, that's so satisfying. Click, click, click. Let's do this one. Oh, yeah, love the snap. Snap, crackle, pop. Cool legs, huh? Yeah, I agree. I think they're pretty cool legs. This one goes here. Everything fits together pretty well. Okay. Yeah. 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 Let's do this one. Okay. Nice. Let's bend them out a little bit. Bend them out. There we go. Boom. I didn't realize it. It's going to be that hard to see this guy. Man. Okay. There we are. There we are. There we go. Okay. Last step to this is the rest of his skirt. It's all these extra pieces here. They do show putting the legs, attaching them to the waist before you do the rest of the skirt, which probably makes sense because once we put these pieces on, it might be difficult to get the legs in. Okay. So we take this. We're just going to go around to these, all these pieces, and we are going to be doing attach them. Bingo. Hope you had a great day today. The weather where I live was beautiful, and it was a very nice day. I worked. That went pretty well. Yeah, just a nice day. Overall, nice day. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, hang on. You want to be able to see this. Let's angle that up. Ah, there we go. Okay. So we clip that in there. Take one of these thin ones. Clip that in there. This guy goes in here. Just like that. Pretty cool. Yep, I like it a lot. Okay, and then we go here, clip that. This one goes in there. This one goes here. Great. All right. There he is. Skirt attached. Pretty cool. Next, I'm gonna pop the head on. Arms. Pop. Wow, that was expected it to be. It's okay. We're okay. And that one. I lost an elbow. Lost an elbow. Here we go. Got the elbow back. Okay. And there we go. Boom! There he is, Psycho Zaku. Ready to go. Ready for action. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Tilt his head up a little bit. Let him stand up a little bit straighter. No, he's a little crooked. Now, there we go. And then have him turn his head. We're going to bring this back. He says, "You got a problem? You got a problem with me? You got a problem with me?" That's cool. And then we can do just bring him around this way a little bit. I like it. We can actually twist his waist, which is really pretty cool. Bring these arms up. Pretty cool. All right, so then he is. Oh, I just pulled off his rear skirt. Ah! Hang on. Hang on. Come here. Such is life when you pose these characters. All right, here we go. Get you decent again, mister. Ah, there we go. There we go. Up. And I just dropped another piece. That's okay. Guys, I am having some struggles here. We are on the struggle bus tonight. On the struggle bus. There we go. There we go. He is. I can already tell some glue is in his future, which is okay because he's going to be posed in a pretty permanent pose in our diorama, right? So that's okay. A-okay. Well, there he is. There you have him. Psycho Zaku. Man, he's a cool model. This is a really cool kit. I just really love it. It's gone together really well. So much less difficult than I expected. There's some additional armor pieces and stuff for his legs that, quite frankly, I don't know that I'm going to put them on there. I may do them on one leg, but they hide all of this. Like, all of this cool stuff here gets hidden when you put the other armor on. So in our next stream, we'll take a look. We'll bust those out. We'll put them on and see. Does it make sense? Right? Should we put the other armor on and completely fill him out, or should we let him ride a little bit like unprepared? We'll see. We'll see. Either way, it's looking pretty cool, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty excited, and it makes me really excited for what's to come. So Next time we build, we're going to be doing his backpack and the fuel cells. I bet we can get all that done in one session. And then we will go through and we're going to start looking for the things that we want to customize, and then pulling it apart. Start working on those customizations while we paint the frame, get the metal parts done. It's going to come along. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoy your day tomorrow. Or if you're watching this at another time, I hope you enjoy whatever day you happen to be on. And yeah, so build some stuff, have fun, find joy in the things you do, and God bless you. Have a wonderful week.